Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to Live It Up, the show where we explore and discuss how to take your life to that next level and beyond. We cover health, wealth, relationships, and how to create a life that feels good. Because after all, that's what we ultimately want. We want to feel good. I'm your host and coach, Fletcher Ellingson. Amy is out for a few weeks, so in her stead, I'll remind you to take care of yourself. Get outside if you can, move your body, fuel it with some healthy foods and lots of H2O. Remember, health is the first wealth. Today, instead of visiting with Amy, we're going to be visiting with someone here in our local community. He helps people build wealth and realize their dreams through the buying and selling of real estate. We're going to be talking with Mr. Jeff Hallman, who operates Agent 509, which is just a few blocks down the road from where I'm sitting. You've likely seen his sign there on the corner of Wenatchee Avenue and 5th Street. But before we get to that, I want to remind you that if you have questions you would like us to answer on or off the air, you can email those directly to me at fletcher@fletcherellingson.com. You don't need to suffer and try to figure it all out on your own, because there are answers and solutions and ways to get unstuck and move forward powerfully. All right, before we get to the interview, we got to get to today's email question. And it says, "Hello, Fletcher. I'm going to get straight to the point. I've let myself go. I haven't always been this way, but during these past couple COVID years, things have taken a general turn for the worse. I am lazier, more cynical than I've ever been. I'm out of shape. And if I'm honest, I'm not being a good boss at work and I'm not being a good husband at home. I want to change things around, but I'm just not sure what's going on. Can you help?" Signed, TW. Hey, TW, first of all, thanks for reaching out and asking for counsel. I know in our culture, especially for men, it's considered weak to ask for help. But in reality, it's just the opposite. It's a sign of strength, and that means you, TW, are strong. So first of all, I get that things in general have taken a turn, and that doesn't feel good. And while we can't solve everything in a 3-minute answer, I do want to give you a place to start. It's a place to start that I think will make a huge difference for you. I want to call your attention to the language you are using. In your email, you said, "I am lazier. I am more cynical. I am out of shape." And you said, "If I'm being honest, I am not being a good boss at work and I'm not being a good husband at home." You said you want to change things around, but then you said, "I'm just not sure what's going on." Do you hear all of the I am statements? I am lazy. I'm cynical. I am out of shape. I am not a good boss. I am not a good husband. I am not sure. TW, I want you to hear this. I want your brain to hear it, because your brain, it doesn't care about you. It doesn't evaluate your statements like I do. It simply takes orders. To quote one of my mentors, our brain is a goal-achieving machine. If you say I'm lazy, it says, "Yes, sir." And it looks for ways to get lazy. It begins to look for ways out in the physical world that we can be lazy. All right? It's actually an invitation to laziness when you say I am lazy. You're inviting it into your life. When you say I'm out of shape, your brain says, "Yes, sir." And it looks for ways to be out of shape. It looks for ways to maintain an out of shape lifestyle. You see, your I am statements are extremely powerful. They massively influence the results you experience in your life. Whatever follows I am becomes your point of attraction. It finds you. It begins to show up in your life. It activates this thing at the base of your brain called the reticular activating system, RAS for short. And what that RAS is a filtering system. And it filters everything that is coming in through your senses. And it makes sure that you are paying attention to the things that you just said, I am. It looks for evidence to support the I am statement. So armed with this tiny bit of advice, you can now begin to shift your life. How? By radically changing your I am statements. Instead of saying, I am lazy, begin saying, I'm motivated. I am inspired. I am getting in shape. I am an attentive boss. I am a compassionate boss. I'm a concerned boss. I'm an attentive and interested husband. Instead of saying, I'm not sure of what's going on, say, I'm getting curious about my life. And I'm certain that I can create a life that serves me, my family, and one that feels good. Now, this may feel awkward at first. It may feel like you're an imposter, but that's okay because you're going to get used to it. It's all about the practice. You'll get used to it and your brain will too. And pretty soon, you'll be saying, I'm getting healthy, and your brain will say, yes, sir. And it'll start looking for ways to do it. I'm a great boss, and your brain will say, yes, sir. You begin inviting health into your life. You begin inviting inspiration and fulfillment into all areas of your life. One of the things I say many times a week to myself is that I'm resourceful, capable, and flexible. I'm resourceful, capable, and flexible. I invite you to begin this valuable practice. I know you can do it. I want you to know that I believe in you. Hey, stick around, because after the commercial break, we're going to be back. We're going to be talking with Mr. Jeff Hallman from Agent 509. Hey everybody, welcome back to Live It Up. I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you're in this conversation with me. Today on the show, we're going to be talking with Mr. Jeff Hallman, who's sitting right here. Jeff, thanks for being on the show.
Thank you, Fletch.
Yeah,
appreciate it.
As before we dive into what's going on in your life business-wise, we want to first find out what's going well in your life in general. What are a couple of wins, or where are you noticing life working out for you?
Yeah, well, a big one personally is my mother-in-law just being diagnosed cancer-free.
Whoa, that's a big one.
Yeah, that's a huge one.
Right
and my wife and her family really focusing on helping her. And yeah, it's a blessing, but that is a big one.
Yeah, what a celebration, right?
Yeah. Got other wins. The weather, man. I mean, I'm outside hiking a lot. The high mountains aren't ready yet, but I think that's for all of us to enjoy.
Yeah.
Just getting outside.
Yeah, always feels good to get out there, right?
Yes.
Move your body.
Yes.
Take in the sights.
Tell everybody to do it, man.
Where do
Get
you like
outside.
to go hiking?
Saddle Rock, the river, even in, Quincy area. There's a saying that I read on Twitter, and it was, most bad thoughts occur indoors. So, if you get outdoors, you're eliminating that chance.
Yeah, I like that. I had never really thought about that, but boy, that seems accurate, doesn't it?
Yes.
When you're outdoors,
That's
feeling
right.
good.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's probably why I'm out there so much.
Yeah. And then you just told me before we started filming, you got a new truck?
I did. Yeah, it's a used truck, but it's just part of it's just goal to get outside, get a camper on it, and enjoy life. So
right
so that's after a threshold of a car wreck and going through all of that. So it's a used truck, but it'll be fun.
Good.
So,
It'll serve you.
It'll serve me exactly. Yeah.
Right on. All right. Well, so let's talk about real estate and what you're doing.
Okay.
You're with Agent 509, which is powered by Keller Williams.
Yeah.
And you're just down the road here, as I said earlier.
Yes, sir.
You've got a lot of experience with land and orchards. Is that accurate?
Yes. Well, I've put a lot of time into it. That's for sure.
And is that because of your history that preceded your current career? Did you have some
partly.
background in that?
Partly, and also it was probably a real natural fit in the fact that nobody hired me to sell a home. So when I first got started in this, it was a new career, and land up in the mountains was generally the least most of the agents didn't want to go that far, so that's where I got my start. Yeah, it was not by choice.
And what was your background before getting in there? Because didn't you work in have a history in orchard or
horticulturist?
Land management?
Yep. So I went to college at Washington State for horticulture, and then I got to live in Canada. Worked in Oregon, in Washington here as a fieldman, and then found myself in real estate and trying to help the growers with their main asset if they want to change into a higher and better use, retire. That's kind of my way of getting back in the industry, is helping those guys that want to understand what their biggest possibility is for their value of their land.
Yeah.
Okay, and part of that might be in the Columbia Basin. It might be as an orchard, or as a farm. But in these areas like Wenatchee, Leavenworth, Chelan, it might be more of as a development. And how do we achieve that? And that's what we do at Agent 509.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So you really have a specific skill set that sets you apart from maybe some of the other people in the industry because you've got all this knowledge and understanding about horticulture. Is that accurate?
Yeah, it's the experience isn't really something that you put on an advertisement because it's so in depth and it's a matrix of problems that you can't really just put a simple solution to it. It takes time to get to that answer for the orchardist or for the owner of the land, and it's not a simple will be done in 30 days.
Yeah.
You know, it takes time, and so yeah, a lot of behind the scenes work.
Yeah, right on.
Yeah.
Now, so you run Agent 509, and it's a team of real estate professionals that work with you. In your opinion, what's the benefit of working with a team for you, and also what's the benefit to your clients?
Yeah, so what a team is, it's very much if you've played sports, okay? So Agent 509, it's a S corporation, okay, that we affiliated with Keller Williams. So we went to Keller Williams for the best practices, okay, and they're a worldwide company. And they allowed Agent 509 to be its own company underneath their umbrella. And with Agent 509, it's really a team of professionals in each field. So, you know, like in basketball, you have a center and a guard and a forward. So, you know, Agent 509 has a finance expert, an investor who lives and breathes it. That would be Skip. He's our managing broker. You have a detailed account manager. That would be Debbie Sensini, 30 plus years of being account manager. Myself is understanding land and really kind of understanding position players. And then we have a whole division of affiliate partners from land use to surveyors, you know, home inspectors. And so even bigger economic side people. So we try to put that team together for each client, and that's the value of it.
Yeah. So they're really getting expertise from a diverse group of people.
Exactly. And you know, I have a saying. I tell my clients I don't want them to necessarily trust me. I want them to trust what I'm seeing. It's a very distinct difference because we see things differently all the time. Things change, and I'm transparency and bringing that to them so they see the same thing. And that's really what we do at my company.
Got it. Now we've talked a lot about land development, land sales, but you certainly do more than that, right? You do homes and everything else, right?
we do homes, we do investments, and that's where Skip and Debbie come in, and they really do an awesome job. And culture is important, and that's the nice thing about the company is you have each has an individual skill, and we try to apply the best person to that.
Yeah.
So
and aren't you tied in with a pretty cool program for VA?
Yeah, we work with a large veterans company, and so they send us the clients, and then Debbie manages that account, and you have to, you know, it's a corporate company, so you got to really keep them abreast of their clients, and it's been wonderful. And my dad's a vet, and I just, you know, it was a great match for us.
Yeah, and aren't there some phenomenal programs out there for vets?
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
You know, and that's probably the best thing that I will tell you is we're not here to sell people something. You know, we're trying to show you what we see. And so Skip Hughes does an amazing job. I mean, he's the best finance explainer, and he shows you with a lender. And that's really been a game changer. From first-time home buyers to people in their 70s, you know, everybody's invited, and it's a free service.
Yeah.
But if you see something with your own eyes and you hear it, it becomes very real.
Yeah. And I'll take that one step further because I remember actually both you and Debbie have mentioned to me that there are times when you actually go to the bank with your clients. And
Every
sit down.
time. Every time. And Skip really instilled that program. And, you know, he's a guy who's been through financial difficulties before and worked his way through them. And that you know, he didn't lose things, he kept them. So it's that understanding of fortitude and keep pushing, you know, not giving up. And that's when you get to that table, sitting in the bank, we work with Daryl Ansley with People's Bank. him and Skip, and you sit down to those meetings, and it's just like a college level course.
Mm-hmm.
But people literally will go, where's this been? And I'm not selling Daryl or Skip. I'm more explaining that it's something that everybody should know, because they don't teach this stuff in school.
Right. Yeah.
Okay? They don't teach the financial basics or the understanding of the loan programs.
Mm-hmm.
You know, most people just go and they get a pre-approval and they don't understand it.
Yeah.
Either do I. So
Mm-hmm.
I sit in on those meetings too, and I continually learn.
I love that, because I purchased a number of homes in my time, and I never had my realtor representative go to the bank with me, and
Yeah.
maybe I haven't needed it, and maybe I could have done better. The point is, though, is that you guys are willing to go there and help facilitate that conversation, ask questions, and really advocate for your client, which I just think is outstanding.
And really, that was Skip's idea. And the reason it was is because of what he went through.
Mm.
You know, and it goes back to a team,
Mm-hmm.
okay? And there's no guru in this thing,
Mm-hmm.
okay? There's no one person in any part of a real estate transaction. And you got to have collaboration, massive communication. People have to be able to see and trust their instincts.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, they can't be talked into something.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So yeah, that's Skip's, really, he brought that into the company, and it's been great.
Good
So-
stuff. Good stuff. Hey, we got to take a quick commercial break, but we're going to be back and we'll talk more with Mr. Jeff Hallman right after this. Hey everybody, welcome back to Live It Up. We're talking today with Jeff Hallman from Agent 509, which is powered by KW. We've been covering a lot of things, but let's talk about the prices, because something I hear a lot about, like, man, it's too high to buy. Give me your best thinking on that.
Okay, so Skip, my partner, managing broker, he's been with me since 2013. He's from Bellevue. Okay, so in Bellevue, he's seen a lot of this.
Yeah.
Okay, so you know, we're seeing lots that are smaller, and we used to live on bigger acreages. Now things are smaller, and people are still buying.
Mm.
And so I would tell you this is that whatever you're buying, it's a long outlook, 20-year outlook. It's not a 2 or 3 year outlook, and that's what hanging around Skip, been there, done that. You know, he's taught me that there's a lot of people that sold their homes in 09, 010, 011, probably that wish they would have bought 5 of them
Yep.
today.
Yep.
And they say every 12 years, according to Skip, is that real estate doubles every 12 years.
Mm.
So my belief is, because of growth management, because of our zoning, zoning is a huge thing most of us don't understand, that you will see limitations. When you have limitations, you have price increases. And that's what COVID has done, right?
Yeah.
Limited supply of all materials, what has it done to everything?
Yeah.
Has gone up. So I do think if you're buying a home, think long-term. Think of the alternative, renting.
Mm-hmm.
What's that really going to do? Because rents will still go up.
Right.
So, you know, talk to your real estate agent, talk to your loan officer, but have a long-term vision.
I like that. I was just reading something recently about Warren Buffett. He's like, hey, look, we're not looking for the 2 or 3 year growth. We're looking long-term, 15, 20 years.
Yes.
Same kind of idea. You're looking for that long-term appreciation. And I also think to people who may be thinking about buying their first home, those people specifically, their earnings, what they're generating in income, is probably going to increase over the years as well, right?
That's right.
So it's going, but your
Yeah.
mortgage payment stays the same. So if you got a fixed
Yep.
rate, right? So it may be a big chunk to bite off now, but if you're just hitting your revenue years, your revenue is going to be going, your income is going to be going up, but that fixed mortgage is going to be staying the same.
It's so true, and I think real estate is not it's not it's a national thing, right? Worldwide thing,
Mhm.
but it's highly local.
Yeah.
You know, and when you have, we're not the same as Florida, okay? And Florida's a big state, right?
Mhm.
We're not the same as Chicago. You may not see appreciation rates in Chicago or in the Midwest, but they have high property tax, they have high taxes, and they have high energy costs. We have low energy costs,
Mhm.
relatively low taxes. So, but we have growth management, so there's a limited supply. So when you buy your home, always think you're buying into something, it's going to be harder and harder to replicate.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of I want to say it's a Bitcoin thing, but I mean, what I mean is like it's something that you can't duplicate that same thing at the same cost again in the future.
Right, right. And every property really is unique, right? I mean,
Very unique. I mean, every time we work with the client, we have a chance to fail.
yeah,
Okay, so you have to you're always re-gauging, re-going through the processes, because this isn't I mean, they don't teach us that. They don't teach none of this stuff in school.
yeah.
Okay, so you know what I mean? And this is the biggest asset or the biggest purchase for most all of us.
Yeah, which is also why it's so important to have somebody advocating for you. I mean, I know you can buy or sell a home without a real estate professional, but man, I'm not inclined to do it. I want somebody asking questions that I didn't think about, or being able to see like, oh, this looks like this other situation I dealt with. I better tell my client about it, right?
Yeah.
You guys have so much experience, know what to look for, know what to ask, and that's all value to me.
And what's great is the real estate association, or even the Keller Williams, the team in Agent 509, is like you learn through replicated mistakes.
Yep.
Because you're hearing these mistakes. It's not like just individually me making them. Is that
Right,
correct?
yeah.
So when we go to the client, you can really sit down, and I have some super intelligent clients but they still will want the conference. They'll
Yeah.
still want to collaborate.
Mm-hmm.
That's how, because every mistake could be $10,000 or $100,000 mistakes.
Yeah.
In fact, we had one the other day where just one error was caught. It was a $250,000 error.
Whoa.
But it didn't happen. And it went through the surveyor to the engineer, but we caught it.
Nice.
And my wife caught it. Okay, that's
Right on.
a funny thing, because she helps us in land use, but she caught that, and it was the seller said that's a $250,000 cost. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like it's weird because it's not physical. It's paper. We're planning,
Right.
but we caught it before we went into the
Yeah.
county.
So you just provided massive value to
Well,
your
it's a
client.
combination because none of us truly know, but that's one of the things. You have a QC
Yeah.
to check.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's not rocket science, but you want a collaborative team of people with experience.
Yeah. Hey, we got just a couple minutes left. I want to find out, what do you love about what you do? What like you?
Yeah.
Because you're doing it day in, day out. What do you love about it?
I see the best in people, and I know Agent 509, the team, and I know Keller Williams, and I know a lot of real estate professionals too. They're trying to do the best in the situation they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
You will learn to get past what may be a failure, okay, or a setback. That's
Mm-hmm.
not a big deal. Keep moving, have the right intent, and that's what I like about it. And there's some great young professionals coming in the business
Mm-hmm.
that are super intelligent, and there's what I call the OGs, okay,
Mhm, mhm.
and that collaboration of that age group, it's great, man.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. So lots of variety too, right?
A ton of variety.
Yeah. Nothing's the same every single day. Like each deal is different, I imagine.
Each deal's different, and you never can judge people.
Mm-hmm.
You can't judge. The collaboration. You'll start to see if we're making inroads. Are we going to achieve this? Because it's really the collaboration. Up until then, it's just kind of a dance.
Yeah.
But the collaboration is you're trying to build something. You're trying to accomplish something, and I do like that about it. And it restarts with every client.
I love it. Yeah, nice. Hey, if people are thinking about buying or selling, like maybe they just want to find out if they could qualify, or maybe they don't even know what their home's worth, what's the best way for them to reach out and get in touch with you?
Sure. So our office is on the corner of 5th and Wenatchee Avenue, downtown. Our phone number is 509-315-3630.
Mm-hmm.
That'll get our offices. And other than that, we're just a phone call away. We're also on the web at agent509.com.
Okay,
So
agent509.com. They can go there.
They can
search,
go there.
Contact you.
truly, it's about setting a meeting with you and doing a whiteboard financial meeting, and it's just a lot of processes. We're not there to sell you, but we do think if you don't have a home and you're renting, is really start looking at that. Even if it's not today, it could be in the near future.
Yeah, and there's no cost to do that.
Zero cost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So call Jeff if you've been thinking about it, if you've been on the fence, or maybe you've never thought about it. Maybe you're hearing this and this is like the first time, like what? maybe it's time for us to start looking at buying a home. Call the guy, nice guy, I know him personally. He's gonna take good care of you. Hey, thanks for being on the show today. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Fletcher.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
All right, and now you know what it's time to do. It's time to get out there. Be a source of kindness. Be a source of contribution. You do have something to offer this world, and I believe in you.